In this clean Glean video, we're going to look at the cross product. In particular, we want to look at theorem 2.7, showing that the magnitude of this cross product vector is the same thing as the computation of the area of the parallelogram formed by UVec and VVec. When you open up the book and look at the computation, it's quite involved and intimidating. We want to walk through this step by step. At the same time, we also want to write down a nice proof. A good thing to do when starting out a proof is to list out all of the players in the story. The players in the story are two vectors, UVec and VVec. And we'll also need the angle theta between them. Here we have a picture of the two vectors, and that the angle between them is theta. Good. The setup is done. We can then dive into the computation. The first thing to notice is that when we look at the left-hand side of the equation we're trying to establish, that we begin with the left-hand side squared. This is done because, thinking back to 2.3 on the dot product, we have a property of the dot product that the magnitude squared of a vector is the same thing as the dot product of the vector with itself. We can apply that to obtain our first identity. We're taking the magnitude squared of the cross product vector. We know that the definition of the cross product vector has these components. So summing the square of the components results in this right-hand side. Nice. So that's the dot product. Let's move on to the next line and establish the identity there. And this is pretty straightforward. This is just multiplying out. If you FOIL each highlighted term, you'll get the corresponding highlighted term. Good. To verify the third line, let's first note that the green highlighted terms in the second and third line match up. In the second line, they all appear with a minus on them, but they also do in the third line. Good. Let's continue to add terms from the second into the third line. And again, and again, and yet again. Good. Now if you look at the second line has all of the terms highlighted. But in the third term, there are unhighlighted terms. Let's go ahead and highlight those. The terms that are highlighted in gray are added in, and then they are immediately subtracted out where you see the highlighted in red terms. Thus, we have added 0, and thereby have established that the second line and the third line are equivalent. To go from the third line to the fourth line is simply a matter of factoring. The verification would be easiest going from the fourth line and multiplying out to produce the third line. I'll leave that for you to double check. From the fourth line to the fifth line, we'll once again use that the dot product of a vector with itself can be expressed as the magnitude squared. Here, these are all the components of VVec summed and squared, resulting in the magnitude squared. We can do that again with the magnitude of UVec. And then the unhighlighted terms, let's go ahead and highlight, are just the definition of the dot product. Good. So that's the fourth matching the fifth, and now the fifth line matching the sixth line is relying on that the dot product can be expressed out as the product of the magnitudes of the vectors scaled by cosine of the angle between them. Good. So here is the dot product, and then here is that identity applied, where the identity is given in terms of everything raised to the power 1. So go ahead and distribute the power 2. Nice. Now we're simply factoring off a common factor. And then we are applying the Pythagorean identity. Wonderful. So we have finally established this identity. And then it's a simple matter of applying the square root. I'll leave it as a question to you why it is necessary to state that theta lies between 0 degrees and 180 degrees. Why is this necessary to state this? And that finishes our proof of the magnitude of the cross product. Thank you for watching.